Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine. This is your teacher Miss Yunika. Today we'll start science session 1, unit number 2, okay, life and living things. Students, all living things are made up of the same elements: carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. Some examples of living things in the picture below are trees, farmer, dog and cow. This is dog, this is cow, this is farmer, this is also a dog. Okay, they all look different, but they all have one thing in common, that they all are alive. If we talk about animals and if we talk about trees, they are totally different, but one thing is common, that they all are alive. So all life is organized by the same way. And what is the organization? They are consist of multicellular organism. They all have organ systems. They have organs. They have tissues. They have cells, organelles, molecules, and atoms. Multicellular organisms. What are multicellular organisms? First of all, you need to understand what is unicellular organism. So, if any substance, that is plants, are made up of one cell, that is unicellular organisms, okay, UNI. But if they are made up of more than two or more than two, then they are known as multicellular. So most of the things are made up of multicellular organism. Some organisms like humans are made up of trillions of cells, so that is why we all are multi-organisms. Any organism that is composed of more than one cell is called a multicellular organism. So if any substance, any living thing that is not made up of two or more than two, that is made up of only one cell, it will be known as unicellular organism. Okay, an EV plant. This is an EV plant and this is a cat. They both are totally different. This is a plant, this is a cat, but they have similar life process. Okay, this plant need food to grow and this cat also need food to grow. So this plant gain energy by using its roots and from the sunlight. And how does this cat get its energy? It's catch, it's run, it chase other animals to get its food. Now, what is the life process? All living things have 7 characteristics of life process. Animals feed to produce energy and to grow. Okay, so this cat also feed and eat food to produce energy and to grow, like these animals. So they eat other living things. Plants make their own food by photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process in which plants gain their energy by sunlight. Okay, when they get heat, they get energy. Okay, now animals only grow until they reach a certain height, but if we talk about plants, they grow continuously throughout their lives. Animals move by using their legs. You can see that animals are using their legs. This horse is running by using legs. We also walk by using our legs. Okay, and birds use their fins, okay, wings. But plants move by growing toward away from something. Okay, now animals use sense organs such as eye and ears to respond to what is going on around them. Like we also use our ear and we use eye to see something and ears to hear something. So all animals, like these all animals, also use eyes, ears to respond. Okay, but plants do not have sense organs, but they can still react by growing toward things such as light and water. Plants, these plants can grow throughout their lives, and they react and they give respond to light. Okay, and they gain their food from the roots, and they gain minerals by their roots. So they respond light and water. Now all living things must reproduce to replace those that die. For example, when we die, or our grandmothers or grandfather die, so instead of them, other people are produced. Similarly, in animals, what happens that one animal die and other is produced. So all living things must reproduce to replace those that die. So living things need energy to grow, to move, and to enable the body to work properly. Energy is released from the food in a process called respiration. As I told you that plants gain their energy by light and by water. Okay, and we also eat food. Why? Plants also get energy by their food, and we also get energy. Why? Because we all need to grow. Okay, and to all this, and when living things need energy to grow, to move, and to able the body to work properly, energy is released from the food in the process called respiration. Okay, when energy is released by all these things, this is known as respirations. Okay, so plant growth movement in response to a stimulus are called tropism. So there are two types of tropism: phototropism, and this one is phototropism, and this one is hydrotropism. Phototropism is the response of, if something move toward the light, and when something move toward water, that is known as hydrotropism. Okay, now all living things produce waste. We also, like if you talk about human beings, we inhale oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide. Okay, so the removal of any waste, okay, from the body is called excretion. All living things produce waste such as carbon dioxide and water. Okay, animals release feces and urine. This is also excretion. Human beings and all animals and birds are also included in animals. So this is also excretion. They excrete feces and urine. This is also excretion. Now on earth there are more than 1500,000 different kinds of animals and about 300,000 different kinds of plants. Just keep in mind. Okay students, let's solve questions and answers. First of all, these questions are also present in your book. You have to solve these questions in your copy. So question number 1 is, suggest why an animal needs to move quickly. So I told you that an animal needs to move quickly in order to search for food and to escape from its enemies. Okay, you have to write it in this line. Okay, now why do animals eat food? Animals eat in order to produce energy and to grow. What use is made of the energy released during respiration? All living things use the energy produced by respiration to grow, to move and to enable the body to work properly. Class, you have to write down these lines with this too, okay? Don't confuse just because of this. You have to write down this here, okay? Now, name one thing that plants excrete. So, plants excrete carbon dioxide, okay? Carbon dioxide, they excrete carbon dioxide. Question number 5. Okay, plants excrete carbon dioxide in the night and they excrete oxygen in the day. But they have asked one thing, so that is why I've told you here one thing only. So plants excrete carbon dioxide in night. In day they excrete oxygen. A car moves, takes in fuel, releases energy from the fuel, gets rid of waste through the exhaust pipe. Is car a living thing? Explain your answer. So the answer is a car is not a living thing because it is not made up of cells. It does not grow. You have to write down this in this line, okay? This is just because of system setting is out, but you have to write down all with this line, okay? It does not grow and it cannot reproduce. Car is not a living thing. Animals and we all are living things, so we can reproduce. We are made up of cells, but non-living things like bike, car, wood, they all are non-living things, so they are not made up of cells, so they do not grow, okay? It not grow and it does not grow and it cannot reproduce. A car does not move on its own. It has to be driven by a human being. These all are the questions you have to solve in your copy. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask me. Take very care of you.